Every morning at exactly 6:10 a.m., while most of the city was still half asleep, a single dad named Daniel pushed his old bicycle to the corner bakery, bought one extra roll he couldn't really afford, and handed it to the same poor woman sitting on the cold pavement. He never knew her name. He never asked. But the morning 4 sharply dressed lawyers walked in behind her, flanked by 4 silent bodyguards, was the moment viewers realized this was never just a small act of kindness, and by the end of this story, you'll understand why one quiet man changed more lives than he ever imagined. If stories about humanity, sacrifice, and unexpected miracles touch your heart, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this deserve to be shared. Daniel's life wasn't easy. At 38, he was raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, alone after his wife passed away from cancer 3 years earlier. He worked 2 jobs, one as a warehouse loader at night and another as a school janitor during the day. Sleep came in broken pieces, usually on the bus or while sitting beside Lily as she did her homework. Money was always tight. There were days he skipped meals so Lily could have fruit in her lunchbox. But despite everything, Daniel carried a quiet dignity that came from loving someone more than himself. The woman he helped every morning appeared one winter day. She was thin, wrapped in a worn gray shawl, her hair mostly hidden, her face lined with exhaustion rather than age. She never begged loudly like others. She just sat, hands folded, eyes lowered, as if trying not to take up space in the world. Something about that struck Daniel deeply. The first morning, he walked past her. The second morning, he slowed down. On the third, he stopped, handed her a roll and a cup of tea, and said softly, "It's cold today." She looked up, surprised, and whispered, "Thank you." That was all. From that day on, it became routine. Sometimes he brought bread, sometimes a piece of fruit. Once, when Lily insisted, a small knitted scarf she made in school. The woman always smiled gently and said thank you, never asking for more. Over weeks, then months, Daniel learned little things about her without ever prying. She liked mornings because they were quiet. She said she used to work with books. She loved birds. Daniel never told her about his struggles, and she never told him about her past. Their connection existed only in those few minutes of shared humanity before the day rushed in. One morning, Daniel noticed her hands shaking badly. He gave her his gloves, even though the cold bit hard at his own fingers all day. That night, Lily noticed his red, cracked hands and asked why he didn't wear gloves. He smiled and said, someone else needed them more. Lily nodded, as if that answer made perfect sense. That was the kind of home Daniel was building, one where kindness was normal, not heroic. Weeks later, the woman didn't show up. Daniel felt uneasy. He waited longer than usual, scanning the street. Nothing. He left the bread by the wall where she sat and went to work with a heaviness in his chest he couldn't explain. The next day, she still wasn't there. By the third day, he feared the worst. Winter was unforgiving, and the city moved on quickly from those it forgot. On the 4th morning, as Daniel locked his bicycle and stepped toward the bakery, he saw something that made him stop cold. A black luxury car was parked at the curb. 4 men in dark suits stood near the entrance, alert, scanning the area. Then the door opened, and the woman stepped out. But she wasn't wrapped in a worn shawl anymore. She wore a simple but elegant coat. Her posture was straighter. Her hair was neatly tied back. Behind her walked 4 lawyers, carrying briefcases, speaking in low, serious voices. Daniel froze, embarrassment flooding him. He suddenly felt out of place in his worn jacket and scuffed shoes, holding a paper bag with a single bread roll. He considered turning away, but before he could, the woman saw him. Her eyes widened, and for the first time, she crossed the distance quickly. The lawyers stopped. The bodyguards stiffened. She reached Daniel and took his hands gently. "You kept me alive," she said, her voice steady but thick with emotion. Daniel was stunned. People stared. The morning crowd slowed. He tried to pull his hands back, mumbling that it was nothing, that anyone would have done the same. She shook her head. "No," she said quietly. "Most people walked past. You saw me." She explained then, right there on the street, that her name was Eleanor. She had once been a successful publisher, married to a powerful businessman. When her husband died suddenly, his family accused her of manipulating him and dragged her into a brutal legal battle. Her assets were frozen, her accounts locked, friends disappeared overnight. For months, she lived on savings that ran out faster than she expected. Pride kept her silent. Depression kept her still. She ended up on the street, not because she was weak, but because the world can be merciless when you fall. Every morning, Eleanor said, I thought about giving up. And every morning, you reminded me that I still mattered to someone.